Review: Giulini, the complete studio recordings on Columbia, HMV, Pathé, and Electrola. 60 CD box, Warner Classics. At long last, Warner Classics has undertaken the monumental task of assembling Carlo Maria Giulini's complete studio recordings for Columbia and HMV, along with the rarities for Pathé and Electrola, into one vast 60-disc set. Not only does this represent the first attempt to consolidate Giulini's entire legacy for these labels, it also arrives newly remastered in high definition from the original tapes. An essential point, because Giulini's art has always thrived on sonic refinement. The result is a collection of historic breadth and consistently high interpretive quality, though not without a few quirks and omissions. Content and repertoire. The set spans Giulini's work with his beloved Philharmonia Orchestra, the London Philharmonic, and later with the Chicago Symphony Orchestra, while also including collaborations with La Scala, the Royal Opera House, the Vienna Symphony, and others. The repertoire is broad: symphonies by Mozart, Beethoven, Brahms, Bruckner, Mahler, Franck, and Schumann, French and Russian classics from Berlioz, Ravel, Stravinsky, and Tchaikovsky, sacred choral monuments such as Verdi's Requiem, Beethoven's Missa Solemnis, and the Mass in C, and a rich vein of opera from Don Giovanni and Le Nozze di Figaro to Verdi's Falstaff, La Traviata, and Don Carlo. For opera lovers, there is the added appeal of legendary casts: Callas, Schwarzkopf, Gedda, Sutherland, Ludwig, and others whose artistry matches Giulini's own seriousness of purpose. For instrumental repertoire, we get collaborations with the likes of Claudio Arrau, Itzhak Perlman, and Rostropovich, names that hardly need additional endorsement. New leased material. Among the box's attractions are several recordings never before published: a 1969 Freischütz Overture, the stereo versions of Spring and Summer from Vivaldi's Four Seasons, a rehearsal of Winter, 1955, and excerpts from Tchaikovsky's Fifth Symphony, 1962. These inclusions, though not extensive, give collectors a genuine reason to invest even if they already own Giulini's core discography. Interpretive qualities. Giulini was never a showman. His performances, whether symphonic or operatic, are notable for their sense of moral seriousness and a kind of spiritual radiance. Where other conductors strove for speed, Giulini was unafraid of slow tempos if they revealed expressive depth. His Brahms' Third Symphony, controversial in its day, is now admired precisely for that conviction. His operatic recordings retain a sense of gravitas without sacrificing dramatic clarity. And his work in French repertoire, Berlioz, Ravel, Bizet, reveals a finesse often overlooked by critics at the time. Listening across the decades, the common denominator is Giulini's ability to infuse the music with dignity and warmth, qualities that transcend mere stylistic debates. Sound and presentation. The remastering is first-rate. Warner has successfully brightened the mono and early stereo recordings without stripping them of body or atmosphere. Rossini's L'Italiana in Algeri, in particular, emerges with a startling freshness, and the Brahms symphonies have rarely sounded so compelling in digital transfer. The booklet provides useful background, though it could have clarified certain repertoire issues more carefully. No box set is perfect. The most frequently lamented absence is the Prokofiev Violin Concerto No. 1 with Nathan Milstein, 1962, which would have been a jewel in this collection. Its omission initially seemed like Warner's oversight, but in fact the recording now belongs to Universal. Still, Warner might have spared collectors the detective work by explaining this in the notes. Also missing is John Talansky's documentary Giulini Profile, once included in an earlier set, which would have added valuable context. Pros: comprehensive coverage of Giulini's EMI Warner legacy, superb remastering from original tapes, inclusion of previously unpublished material, wide-ranging repertoire, opera, symphonic, choral, and concertos, legendary soloists and casts, perfectly matched to Giulini's style, a genuine document of one of the most distinctive conductors of the 20th century. Cons: key omissions: Milstein Prokofiev Concerto, Talansky documentary. Warner's alphabetical arrangement by composer is less than user-friendly. Price fluctuations online may frustrate collectors. Booklet could have been more transparent about repertoire ownership issues. Verdict: this box is both an archival monument and a deeply rewarding listening experience. It reminds us why Giulini mattered. He stood apart from the flashier figures of his time, committed instead to integrity, depth, and humanity in music. For anyone serious about 20th century conducting, this set is indispensable. Even with its flaws and occasional frustrations, it is the most complete, best-sounding representation of Giulini's studio legacy we are likely to see. Essential for collectors, illuminating for new listeners, an extraordinary tribute to a conductor who never compromised. Rating 9.5 out of 10. If you'd like to purchase this 60 CD box set, you'll find the link in the description. Leave a comment, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell to stay updated on new videos and reviews. Have a great day!